Have you ever been sick and didn't look sick? Or have you felt a certain way and you couldn't describe it? Let me tell you a little bit about the sickness that I have. I have multiple sclerosis. And what multiple sclerosis is, it's an unpredictable disease that affects the central nervous system. It disrupts the flow of information within the brain, in between the brain and the body. In multiple sclerosis, the body's own immune system attacks the central nervous system and causes damage, which slows or stops nerve transmission. Now, what causes multiple sclerosis? Damage to the myelin, which is the covering of your nerves in the central nervous system, and to the nerve fibers themselves, and that interferes with the transmissions from your brain and your spinal cords to other parts of your body. There are 4 categories to this disease, and that's going to be clinically isolated syndrome, relapsing remitting MS, primary progressive MS, and it's primary progressive MS and secondary progressive MS. Me personally, I have relapsing remitting. And that means that I can go periods of time without having a flare or it's just like with cancer, it's in remittance. So I'm not affected as badly as I would be with it. Now let's talk about symptoms. This is a disease that about 2.3 million people have worldwide, and it's an invisible disease is what they call it. So let's discuss the symptoms. The symptoms, it's a wide range of symptoms, guys. Vision loss, pain, fatigue, impaired coordination, and the symptoms can be severe depending on how far along or how your disease progresses. That's ultimately what designates the severity of it. Personally, I have had the full spectrum. Numbness, tingling in my extremities, being my fingers, from waist down, my legs, down to my feet. Tiredness, fatigue. I have balance issues. I walk with a cane from time to time due to those balance issues. And also, it's so rare and random. Personally, I remember I was walking in Walmart. I was away from home. I was about 45 minutes outside of where I live, away from my family. And I was walking in Walmart shopping, and then all of a sudden, I could not feel my legs. I couldn't move. I was literally stuck. The bottom half of my body would not work. And with MS, you get what they call lesions on your spine. They're white spots. For the longest time, they would tell me I had sciatic nerve problems. But I went to the pain clinic, the back and spine clinic rather, at Ochsner Baptist in New Orleans, and had a full workup. And during that workup, they did x-rays, and they found curvatures on my spine, curvatures of the spine rather, and white spots, or the lesions. And that's when I was diagnosed with MS, and that was in 2016. So it's been about 4 years since my diagnosis. I'm currently on DMTs, which is a disease-modifying treatment. There are several different ways you can treat MS. There is no cure. Let me say that. There's no cure, and there's none on the horizon. So this is a lifelong, debilitating illness. There are a lot of people who can't walk. So I'm still fortunate to be able to walk and have use of my limbs. Back to the disease-modifying therapy or treatment is pretty much it kills my B cells, which is a vital building block in your immune system, so that my immune system won't eat at my nerves. I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry if it doesn't. It's just odd to try to discuss it. When you try to discuss it, it's weird. Basic, but that's the basic of it. My treatment, I take it every 6 months, twice a month. When I first got diagnosed, twice a year, I'm sorry. When I first was diagnosed, I was taking pills twice a day. So this, to me, is an upgrade. I will definitely decide to go the route of every 6 months instead of 2 pills twice a day. But for your diagnosis, like I told you before, with me personally, there's no blood test, there's no instant, oh, you have MS. There's nothing like that. It's a series of trial and error to pinpoint what it is exactly, or which form of MS you have. I'll say I personally see my neurologist about 4 times a year. Every 3 months I go in for a checkup, and I get new MRIs to see if my disease is progressing or if it's in remittance. I get those every 6 months, but so far I've been pretty stable, so we're gonna push those to once a year. But it just depends on your doctor and your relationship with your doctor and how they feel about your progress, let's say. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit. If you decide you want to help in some kind of way, it doesn't have to be monetary. It's not always where you have to push monetary donations. It can be as simple as talking to someone. What a lot of people don't realize is a lot of people with MS often develop severe depression, especially when they've been active and now they can't do what they're used to doing. So just being a support system, someone they can lean on, or spreading awareness, participating in the various fundraising events, the walks, the runs, and just helping to get the word out about this disease and its potential to hurt someone that you know and love. That's the easiest way for me to put it. Again, this is one of those invisible diseases that it's you don't know someone has it when you look at them. It's like lupus or fibromyalgia. People can be in pain and you don't know that they're in pain. So again, just be kind to one another and check on one another, guys. Y'all have a good day.